YouTube, everybody out there. So we're here at the mill today, and want to do an update and sort of show y'all what I'm going to be working on today. So update number one, house update. We got the power already ran. We got temporary power down there, so that's a big plus. Chugging along on that. The power company got on it decently quick. I ain't gonna complain too bad. I was thinking 3 to 4 weeks is what they was giving us, and they ended up getting it in about a week or so. So not bad. Done underground power the whole way from the road. Surprisingly, no bill on it yet. They tell me that it was free because of the distance and the fact that it was just open field. It was easy digging. There was no charge, but fingers crossed, because you know how that gives sometimes, guys. Anyway, update number two, I added a couple sweepers on the carriage. We're going to try these out. I've not tried them since I put them on. Basically, I got these from Arbor Freight. Just made some little L brackets to sweep and scrape the track. I got them in front of every tire, or every wheel that's not really a tire. And I got two in the back, one in the front of the wheel to scrape off, and then whatever dust is left from any log hanging over the back, I got one to scrape it on the way back too. Guys, any of you who've kind of been watching our channel, I want to just take a minute. For those of you that are loyal and watch this pretty regular, thank you, thank you, thank you. You know, it's really a booster. It really is, because I mean, who really wants to watch somebody on YouTube, was my thoughts, especially me. I mean, heck far. But I got some pretty loyal people out there that watch this pretty regular, and I really thank y'all guys. That all being said, y'all probably watching just to see how many times I can tear this thing down and put it back together, because it's gonna happen again. So everything's solid, wonderful. We sawed a bunch of 6x6s on the last video. I've been sawing out, just taking some of this old junk stuff, just old poles and stuff, and if it'll make a 6x6, I've been sawing a 6x6 out of it, because if we need it for the house, I can put it on the band mill and saw some really nice 2x6s out of it, or 2x4s, either one. But a 6x6 is good, easy to handle for one person, even if it's long. It's not too much. You start getting into 8x8s, depending on species, they start getting a little heavier, and so on and so forth. So that being said, I want to say this much before I get started. I'm going to call out John from frickin' Jeep, because he warned me of this, and I didn't listen. Well, I did listen. I understood, but I sort of wanted to try it anyway. The hydraulics. You guys have watched any of the past videos, you know I got hydraulics on it. And basically what it is a log splitter pump running over to a log splitter control manual, running a motor, a low RPM, high torque motor. I got the low RPM, high torque because I was afraid it'd be too fast. Ended up it was too slow. Then it got into, now I got the speed about right, but now she's got so much torque that I can't feel nothing. Two things: not knocking the log splitter pump. A lot of guys online saying, oh, you're using the wrong pump and stuff. I'm probably using the wrong pulley on the pump, because this pump's probably only running about 1800, and these things are designed to be running at about I think like $3,000 or something like that. So it's probably not running as efficient as it could be. So I'm not going to knock the pump, and I'm not going to knock anything that I've done, because it all works. It works really well. It works good. It does the exact job that I want it to do. My aggravation with it is it's got so much torque that it actually wants to twist and pull the motor just about plumb out of the mountain brackets and stuff. That, along with I even got a release valve on this, guys. A double release valve that I bought. Right there, inline release valve. It does work, but even on the most sensitive of settings, because of the torque of that motor and the fact that it doesn't free spin enough inside that motor good enough, whenever you pull this carriage back, if you don't ease out on it really slow, it jerks really hard. And I mean, everything jerks, cables and all. And that's part of the reason every time it jerks, it wants to twist and pull the brackets really hard. This stuff's just mounted to wood. So I don't like that. I don't like how little control I feel like I have over it, because you gotta be so easy on it. You can't feel anything. And that's what John over at Frickin' Jeep warned me of. He commented on one of the videos that he liked his because he could feel it. He liked the original belts. He liked all the original equipment, because when you pull on that belt tightener, it really gets, you can feel more of the tension on it. That being said, I broke down and I called Metta's Mills, because they're pretty close to where we live. It ain't but about a 35-40 minute drive to the actual Metta's Mill company store, and called them up, checked on the prices and some stuff, and guys, I'm going back. I'm going back. I said I wouldn't, but I'm going back. I got the belting right here. The reason I'm not putting the belts that I had on it back on it is because the reason I went to hydraulics to start with is the thing kept self-feeding, right? Kept feeding itself. I'd pull it back, I'd go to load a log, and the thing would start moving on its own. So I'd have to put a block of wood down, all kinds of crazy stuff to get it to stop. Hoping that don't happen with this, because I was using some homemade rubber belts that were for a baler. A big round baler. They got the big wide rubber belts. I'd cut them down, and they were thin and really flimsy. They weren't stiff, so they wouldn't stay in place. They were real bad about crawling each other and crossing over, because they're a lot lighter belt. For one, this is a lot thicker belt, and it's just, I mean, it's stiffer. I know it'll get limbered up some, but it's just the plating. I don't know if you guys can see it, the way it's woven. I talked to the guy at Metta's Mill, told him what I'd done. He warned me that that was a bad idea. That's a good way to get one to run it away, just exactly what it was doing. So he suggested that these belts would slip well in the neutral position a lot better. They would just set and ride, and then when you pulled tension on them, they would grip, because of the stiffness and everything else. So I'm going back. It is what it is at this point. I hope it works. Unfortunately, I'm taking, all that stuff, and I'm going to be setting it off. I'll probably leave the gear down there on that, because, well, when I put it on, I've never put no set screw or nothing in that, and yeah, just putting it on, it wedged itself on, so it's been holding that way the whole time. So I doubt I'll be able to get it off, but that's okay. It ain't hurting nothing. It won't be in the way. It'll be fine. So what I'll do is I'll just disassemble that, take the hoses loose, take that off, and I'll set that aside. And what I'll do is I'll probably just take this belt off of this pump, and I'll leave this stuff sort of sitting here in case something other goes on that I have to put it back on. What I'm thinking is I can use that motor for multiple things. I may end up, because it is such a high torque motor, it's got some major torque on the specs. If I can get that pump to running at its full capacity, I could possibly one day fix me up some kind of loading log deck that I could actually push a lever and it like pulls the logs forward. That way you can load it in the back and roll them all forward. That would be nice. Something along those lines I could possibly do. Could even run a belt for the off bear. Run a big wide belt down through there or something to that effect. So the sprockets and all that stuff, all the hoses and everything, it won't go to waste. It'll get used. even if it's for a different application. So right now I'm going to get to tearing this stuff apart. I probably won't film all of that, but I'll try to get back on here and film some of the going backs. I already got the pulleys put on, the big ones right here. I got those two big ones. I got to get one of the tensioners in the back. It's setting over to the side, and get some of this stuff moved out of the way and see how it goes. So yeah, I'm going back with it. We'll see. Alright, I got the hydraulics sitting over there. Got this all set back up. I got to get that other idler wheel on that end. See, I never took any of this off, so I just flipped it because I actually used that shaft. So I'm glad I didn't take it off now. I'm on double check everything, make sure everything's tight and snug and stuff, but then it's just a matter of reassemble. I'm gonna check everything, and then I'll show you guys and try to work on the reassemble of it. Need a broom to sweep all this stuff off, but I don't have one. Not here. I'm gonna need one up here though. That or an air compressor. May do an air compressor. It'd be nice. Blow all this stuff off. But anyway, I'm gonna get that done. I'm gonna need a handle too. I'm not real sure what I'm gonna use as a handle. I had an old axe handle that broke on hydraulics. That's what I was using on it. But this is going to need something different, so it's going to need something longer. So I may look around here and see what I can find. So I got my other pulley on. I left everything kind of loose. I'm going to start out with the short belt, and then I'm going to put on the long belt. Then I'm going to tighten everything up once I see that the belts are all look like they're in line. I'm going to try it out. I made these belts. I bought one big roll of this belting, and then I crimped them myself. I got the lacer on Amazon, I think it was. Pretty sure it was Amazon. Might have been Ag Equipment. I'm not real sure. But I think you can get the same one at like Tractor Supply or something like that. The lacing and all that stuff. They make an actual cord to go through this. Last time, and it worked great. I never had no trouble with it breaking or anything. I've been using weed eater string, honestly. Same consistency, same toughness, seems to do just as good. I probably wouldn't use this in a baler. Because there's probably a lot more tension in a baler, but this is, a lot less tension steady pushed on it. So this seems to work pretty good. I can't find my roll that I've been using, so I went and bought a new roll. Not thinking, I just needed weed eater string. And I got the stuff that cuts weeds really good, but it's not round, so it may have a little harder time going through this. I usually try to get the round stuff is what I had last time, and it worked great in this. Like I say, I have no clue if probably should or shouldn't use this, but I figure if it breaks, I'll change it. Got plenty of this. You can buy it in a roll. You can probably buy that other stuff in a roll too. I ain't got a clue where to get it. Alright, so I'm going to try to navigate around this. I'm not real sure if I can set you guys up anywhere that you can watch or not, because I'm kind of holding the camera, don't have my tripod. It's hanging over there, but it's a job to take down. So let's see how well this works. I'll try to find a good spot for you. Maybe that'll work. I gotta try to remember how these go. I think I know. not sure this triangle stuff is going to work. Thought it'd be good weed eater string though. Put it in wrong. Couldn't remember. So I had to go back into town. It ain't just 10 minutes down the road, a little store, and I got some different size weed eater string, because when I called, the only closest place for like a little 4 or 5 inch piece is like $1 an inch. So this right here will last me a long time. There's like 30 feet of it. I mean, at 3 and 4 inches at a pop, this will last a long time just for this stuff right here. And it's pretty strong. I mean, for what I do with it, works good. Now the hard one. Took me a little while to figure that one out. I forgot. Been so long. I forgot this one too. That one took a little bit, but that's a good thing because that means it's good and tight. See? You can see the little red ends. Same thing down there, and that should work just like that. Now it's time to try to adjust it and hopefully figure that out. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, share. Again, I'm not against hydraulics. I may convert back to them one day. Just need a different husk and setup to do it. I probably, if I was ever going to do it again, I would probably not run it through these original gear ratios. I'd probably put it right out there on the drum and run it that direction, that way. The reason being is that way it's a direct drive, a whole lot less jerking going on. That would probably fix some of the jerking. You'd eliminate some of your backlash on that. Not real sure. Probably a different motor would be a good thing too. Maybe look into an actual hydraulic motor for a hydraulic mill. Live and learn. At least maybe if I done it, maybe I'd keep y'all from having to spend the money and time to do it yourself. Highly suggest if you want hydraulic, go ahead and look for a used hydraulic mill. I got all this stuff at a pretty decent price. Totally green to this. Still am, but I'm learning a lot as I go and learning a lot of what I shouldn't have done. So there's going to be a lot of changes here and there. I'll probably be redoing, and I already got a start of a new carriage. I'll probably be showing some of that, at least get some of this wore out wood off of here, the bad wood. It's not beyond use, but it's seen its better days. So anyway, I'm gonna let you guys go. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. See you guys next time.